I believe that in this last generation, great responsibility rests on the shoulders of young people in terms of propagating the gospel and sharing the light and the love of Jesus to the world. But many great stars are dimmed because of wrong choices of partners, of lifelong partners. And so, we are inspired to share some biblical counsel that can help us young people, young men especially, in this podcast to select the right partner, the right woman. As the adage says that, see thou a successful man, behind him stands a successful woman. And indeed that is very true. No wonder the Bible says that a prudent wife is from the Lord. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. She looks well at the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Her children arises up and calls her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. And Proverbs says, many daughters have done virtuously, but a woman of virtue, he who finds such a wife excels them. And it says in Proverbs chapter 19, Proverbs 31, Proverbs 18, and then in one point it says, he who findeth a wife finds a good thing, brothers, and obtains favor from the Lord. There are certain things we should be considered, young men, before getting married. It's not just the feelings that is enough. You see, will the one you marry bring happiness to your home? That's a very important question you should ask young men. Is she an economist, or will she, if married, not only use all her own earnings, but all of yours to gratify a vanity and a love of appearance? Very important questions. Even while you are courting, while you are dating, observe these signs. You must ask yourself also, are her principles correct in this direction? Has she anything now to depend upon? A man may be, I understand, as a young person, that to the mind of a man infatuated with love and thoughts of marriage, these questions would be easily brushed away as though they were of no consequence. But these questions, these things should be duly considered, for they have a bearing upon your future life, not just here on earth, but in heaven. Listen to me, young men. In your choice of a wife, you must study her character. Will she be one who will be patient and painstaking, or will she cease to take care for your mother and father at the very time when they need a strong son to lead upon? When your parents get very old, can your wife be a mother to your mother? Can she be a mother to your father when they need you the most? When the gray days comes, you see, will she withdraw from you, from their society, and carry on with her own plans and suit her own pleasure, and leave your father and mother, who instead of gaining an affectionate daughter will have lost a son? Very important question. You see, and White counsels in the book Messages to Young People, a woman who has been taught to take care of herself is also fitted to take care of others. So you must know if she can take care of herself first before she can take care of you. You see, she will never be a drug in the family or in the society. When fortune frowns, there will be a place for her somewhere. When the money is not there, a place where she can earn a honest living. Does she have something? My dad will always say to me, she look for a girl that that can do something with her hands, that can assist those who are dependent on her. You see, women should be trained to do some business or get a skill or a degree that can help them gain a livelihood if necessary, and then passing over other honorable employment. Every lady should learn to take charge of domestic affairs of the home. You see, that's what inspired writings counsels. They should be learned to be a cook, a housekeeper, a seamstress. This is important because It's not just a tradition thing. Women are homemakers. So if your wife to be is not a homemaker, then she's a homewrecker. There are no friends. She's either one of the two. You see, she should understand all those things which are necessary that the mistress of a house, the lady of a house should know. Whether her family is rich or poor, whether you may want to employ 100 servants. You see, what if the reverse comes? And she must be ready to be prepared for an emergency. A knowledge of domestic duties is beyond price to every woman. And if you're a lady listening to this, please take heed. It's very important because it's causing a lot of issues in home. There are families whose happiness is wrecked by the inefficiency of the wife and the mother. You see, let's consider the hymn in Proverbs 31:10-31 very, very well again. See, a good woman is hard to find and worth far more than diamonds. Her husband trusts her without reserve and never has reason to regret it. She is never spiteful. She treats him generously all her lifelong days. She shops around for the best yarns and cottons and enjoys knitting and sewing. This is what the Bible says. The kind of woman young men should be looking for. She likes a trading ship that sails to faraway places and brings back exotic surprises. So she has taste. It's not just anybody that any Amanda or Isabel or whatever. She gets up before dawn, the Bible continues, preparing breakfast for her family and organizing a day. You need a woman that is organized. Okay, for her family, she looks over a field and buys it. She is a manager. Then with money she puts aside, plants a garden. So you see that the Bible says a wife that you need, my friends, is someone who can manage resources, who can save, who can encourage you to save. First thing in the morning, the Bible continues, she dresses for work. She rolls up her sleeve, eager to get started. So she's not lazy, she's hardworking. She senses the worth of her work. She knows her worth. She's not in a hurry to call it quit for the day. She's not a quitter. She's one who believes in pursuing dreams and achieving goals. She's skilled in the craft of home and heart, diligent in homemaking. She's quick to assist anyone in need. Brothers, the kind of woman that we need is someone who is touched with the feelings of others, who is not selfish but selfless, reaches out to help the poor. She doesn't worry about her family. When it snows, the Bible says their winter clothes are all mended and ready to wear. So she doesn't just have taste, she have a good sense of healthy living and dressing. She dresses well. In fact, the Bible continues that her husband is greatly respected. So she's the kind of person that builds her husband up, that brings respect from outside to him. Not the kind of person that derides him even in public. She designs gowns and sells them, brings sweaters, so many things that talks. It says she keeps her eyes on everyone on her household and keeps them all busy and productive. So when you find that kind of woman that is productive, her children respect her and bless her. Her husband joins her in words of praise. Many women have done wonderful things, but you outclass all of them. See, friends, it ends by saying that charm can mislead. Beauty soon fades away. But the woman to be admired and praised is the woman who lives in the fear of God. Give her everything she deserves, my friends. That's what the Bible says. Adorn her life with praises. That's what the Bible ends in the book of Proverbs chapter 31 verse 10-31. 31 says, when you find such a virtuous woman, give her everything, friends, that she deserves, and adorn her with life and praise. Most importantly, do not let her go, especially if she has been sanctioned by God that this is the person for you. God bless you.